Hey you guys, I'm Jen Houston and welcome to Shut Your Cake Hole, where we talk about cakes, cakes, and cakes. So about 5 years ago, when I was pretty new into my cake sculpting journey, hey you guys, I decided to tackle Warwick Davis in the movie
Leprechaun.
I was not thrilled with the way that it turned out. It was delicious, don't get me wrong, but I didn't love the way that it looked. And I wanted to redeem myself, so I did. And I'm gonna show you what I did.
And we're off to the races. I've got to make a very, very sturdy cake stand for what is going to be a very heavy head, covering every bit of hardware with aluminum foil tape to make it food safe. And building up my little leprechaun's neck and the back of his head with some Rice Krispie treats. And now let's build up that head full of cake. I'm just making a little cake clay so that I can start to do some early formation of his crazy facial features. And giving a cover of ganache. With my homemade modeling chocolate, I place a little cutout piece just to bulk up what's going to be the mouth and sort of muzzle area, if you will. You'll see what I mean. And covering the whole head in some homemade modeling chocolate. And first order of business, decide where the eyes go, measure everything out, decide where the mouth, the chin, and the nose goes. And here we go, starting with the nose. And since I want this guy's mouth to be open, I have to dig out a little cavity so that I can have room for a tongue and a teeth and all that crazy stuff. All right, and now getting to work on those crazy cheeks. Teeths. We gotta have some teeths. There's a lot of modeling chocolate, you guys. I think I used like 6 pounds of modeling chocolate. Now that I have his face set up pretty much the way I'm gonna want it to be, I can make those isomalt eyes like I like to do. And those are frosting sheet eyeballs that were printed out. Very cool. And just making the whites of the eyes, that looks so cool. Just want to play with the isomalt all day. Cooled, bring them out, give them a little blast of torch, and then seal them up with some edible glaze spray. You gotta do that, otherwise they just keep getting milky. And I just keep sculpt, a little bit, add a little bit, take a little bit away. Just bulking up that forehead, balancing everything out. I mean, I just thought this guy's face was so crazy. There's so many folds and intricacies. I didn't do it justice before, and really trying to work some magic with him, pardon the pun. I'm really trying to replicate what effects wizard Gabe Bartalos did on Warwick Davis's face. Gabe owns and operates Atlantic West Effects, which is a full-service special makeup effects production studio that's absolutely phenomenal. You should look him up. You should see the stuff that he's done. That cat thinks he gonna be on the table, but there's no cats on the table. No cats on the table. Don't you do it. All right, getting to work on that hat. It is going to happen in stages. I want to get the coloring done first and then see what color I want the hat to be. And I just keep highlighting and low lighting and trying to get some bizarre skin tone shades in there. And all of this is edible watercolor and or edible paints. onto the hair, which is actually a combination of modeling chocolate and fondant, along with those crazy eyebrows. And I decided to make his hat out of Rice Krispie treats because we just didn't need that much cake. And I just keep texturing and painting and lowlighting and highlighting until I feel like I'm done. Now I'm gonna use my coin impression mold that I made with pesos. And I'm gonna make big old mess of gold coins because you got it, right? It's the whole point.
It smells like me gold.
All right, you guys. Here is my finished product, my homage to Warwick Davis and the artistry and magic of Gabe Bartalos, made out of so many pounds of modeling chocolate and Rice Krispies and chocolate cake and lots of ganache and just hours of patience. I do feel like I have redeemed myself a little bit. Don't tell the other guy that you're my favorite. In the movie, this guy slices people up. Now it is time for me to slice him up. Oh my God. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Shut Your Cake Hole. If you live in the tri-state area and you would like a cake from me, please hit me up at sugarandbones.com. And for my horror movie fans, you can soon see moi in the indie horror comedy Evil Sublet, and I can't wait. If you have any questions about anything cake related, hit me up. If you ever think it's a good idea to steal gold from a leprechaun, you might want to shut your cake hole. Shut it.
It's Shut Your Cake Hole, just shut your cake hole. We're talking cakes, 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 cakes. It's not a pie hole, so don't you cry, oh. It's where the cake goes in your face.